Good day, my leaders. I am Miss Regina, and welcome to your 40-hour director's training. I am so excited to be joining you for an entire week, but we are here to take your week down to 4 days instead of 5 days so that you can have that opportunity to have all of your weekend free and to do fun things with your family. But let me tell you a little bit about the organization. I am the founder and administrator and everything like you are at your center for the Early Childhood Education Directors Network. And what we do is that we support leaders and administrators within the early childhood community. We help people open early learning centers. We help administrators who have had some challenges with some licensing issues, or administrators who just want to take their own selves to the next level. So I do all of those great things, and I'm going to bring all of that to you in our week together. So first of all, I would like to let you know that this training, if you're receiving this video right now, you are registered. Secondly, if you're receiving this video right now, you have the welcome letter. So in that welcome letter, it will have an invitation for you to join our Google Classroom. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So make sure that you have all of that information. So what I want to do today is this few minutes that we have together is to go over just a snapshot of what your week is going to be like with us. First of all, I would like to tell you that we will be using two main tools, and that is your ECEDN, your Early Childhood Education Director's Handbook. And what it will look like, and I'll show you mine, is this big binder, but yours won't be this big to start off with. And if you print your documents, yours will be that big. But you have access to electronic documents, so you don't have to worry about printing them. But a lot of people still do print them. But just bring your device to class, whether it's your laptop, your tablet, or whatever it is that you, or a lot of people still use their phones, those young ones who can see very well. And so they bring their phones to training. So that's the first thing. You will receive your handbook from me. I'll bring that with me when I come. And the second thing is that we have a textbook. It's called What You Need to Lead. And it's the author of this textbook is Holly Elise Bruno. And many of you leaders may already know Holly. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about her. But visit her website. She's doing some amazing things for early childhood administrators and leaders within the field. Second, the next thing is that your participation is required. I do not give tests in order to score a test so that you receive points so that you can be finished with the training, but I do give tests throughout the content so that we can make sure that you understand the training. So there will be 7 assignments, and those assignments will be located in the Google Classroom. And there are 11 personal assessments. Those personal assessments will be within the handbook. They will not be in the Google Classroom because they're personal. I don't need for you to respond to me. Those are for your own personal growth and development. So let's get down to seeing what's going to be in our 4 days, because we're going to do it in 4 days, aren't we? Yes. So in our 4 days, day 1, building your leadership style and business foundation. That is very important. How do you lead? You know, we hear these general terms, we watch it, we go to YouTube University and we watch all of this content in regards to leadership. What does that mean in early child care for us as early child care leaders? Well, we have 3 ways in which we lead, and this is from the whole leadership from the McCormick Center. We will be using a lot of affiliate information. I consider myself a little reporter for early childhood leaders. I like to see what's happening, what's new in the field, and bring that to you in content. And so those 3 ways is leadership essentials, administrative leadership, and pedagogical leadership. And please forgive me if I said that wrong. I am a Mississippi girl, and sometimes my little accent comes in and it grabs my language. So those are the three ways. And so leadership essentials, administrative leadership, and our pedagogical leadership. So make sure you look those up. That actually it'll be a piece of content in your Google Classroom to explain that deeper. The second thing is that's the foundation for our days are our administrative competencies. Our administrative competencies come through us from right from the start, from the Department of Early Care and Learning. These 9 admin competencies are essential for our work. And believe it or not, a lot of people have never heard of the admin competencies, and that shocks me as a leader, but we will go over them in full detail. Each day, we will be studying at least 2 or 3 of those admin competencies, and they are also located in your Google Classroom. And keep in mind, what I do for you, you do for the teacher. So I'm going to take very good care of you during this training and give you a lot of that juicy content information. So back to day one. Day one, we will be looking at admin 9, admin 1, and admin 5. Admin 9 is to maintain a commitment to ongoing professional and personal growth and development. Admin 1 is to develop and maintain an effective organization complying with applicable regulations. And Admin 5 is to maintain and develop a facility and equipment. So that's what we'll be going over in day one. Day two, we will be focusing on building the successful employee. We will have 4 key things that we will want to focus on to build a successful employee. We are in a trying time right now. And so we want to make sure that our teachers are equipped, our teachers are happy, our teachers are able have all the materials that they need to succeed, and that they are learners because they have to learn a new way of being, and that they are givers and that they will be giving the children everything that they will need to keep them safe and to educate them and to take care of their well-being. We don't know what type of position our families are going to come to us after this, and it's up to our leadership to make sure that our families are strong and rebuild and secure. And you too, that's my job. And so in day two, we'll look at admin 4 to administer effectively a program of personnel management and staff development. It is our responsibility to support the professional development of our teachers. And then admin 6 to possess legal knowledge necessary for effective management. That's we have to bring everything that we do from a point of crises, meaning it's all about the point one. And I will go over that. That's my favorite. All of it's my favorite. So it's all about the point one, and we will talk about legal issues. All of our voice should come from a legal entity. Well, what's a legal entity and our legal perspective, Miss Regina? Thank you for asking. You guys are going to ask me a lot of nice questions. Well, that's our policies and procedures through our organization. Those are our rules and regulations through the Office of to right from the start. That's our standards, our best practices coming from NACE, the National Association for the Education of Young Children, and Quality Rated, which are connected, and of course from our NACE Code of Ethical Conduct, the way that we conduct ourselves, our behavior, our principles, our ideals, the things that we believe is true about serving young children and the community. So that's our legal standing because we don't want to get sued. And then day 3, building the purposeful teacher. Day 3 is our pedagogical leadership. This is our leadership coming from our core of what we came into this business to do from the very beginning. We came into this business to love, to nurture, to support the well-being, and to educate young children in our communities. And we have to get back to that focus. I know we get distracted from all the minutia and everything that goes on in the world and in our organizations. The teachers do stuff, the bosses do stuff, you do stuff, the parents definitely do things, and the children have it's our connector. It's the one thing that we have to hold true to. And I come into organizations because I usually come in when there's a crisis. And so I am that crises person within the organization to help you move through the crisis and be better after it. So we have to make sure that we have our goals and our objective and that thing that we want to accomplish. Our philosophy of early childhood education is going to be in that day 3. You're going to have to tell me that, so prepare yourself. And day 4 is building your organization's wealth. I hear all kinds of things from my administrators in regards to the budget, in regards to money, in regard. I knew wasn't gonna make no money when I came. Wrong, wrong, wrong. We have to see it not as money, not as our collecting tuition. We have to see it in a well-rounded way of building the wealth within the organization. And I'm excited to tell you about that on day 4. So on day 4, we will do admin 3 to market the program to the families in the community. How do you get families to come back? Now, some of us are in corporate centers where we are with Head Starts, or the marketing is handled by and the HR, all of that's handled by um, upper members of the organizational structure, but you still need to know how to do it. And then admin 7 to foster good community relations and to influence the child care policies that affect the programs. You should be a member of the affiliates. We have wonderful affiliates here in Georgia. We have our GACI, we have NACI, which is the Georgia Association for the Education of Young Children. We have the Black Child Development Institute of Atlanta. We have GCCA, we have everything, and we have Gears, we have Georgia Voices. I need for you to get involved in policies and what makes our organization really tick. We talk a lot about compensation and how that is not equal in our eyes to our work, no one can pay you enough to do this work. I mean, no one. So let's get involved in some policies, and we'll talk a little bit about that and the importance of that and how that builds wealth within your organization. And then finally is to admin 8 to practice responsible financial management. It's more than counting heads. It's more than collecting tuition. Our financial responsibility, we have to do the thing that we don't want to do, and that's look at the budget. And so I know it's on day 4, and I know you're going to be tired, but I'm going to try my best to motivate you into loving the budget. I know it's a big task. I don't want to, Miss Regina. And keep in mind, every day that we are together, admin 1 is our priority. Admin 1 is to develop and maintain an effective organization complying with applicable regulations. We have to do what's right for young children. We have to regulate ourselves, and we have to look at that big picture. And so that's it, wrapping it up. So you have your 40-hour director handbook, which I will bring with me to give to you. You have the supporting documents, which will be in the Google Classroom and made available to you electronically, which holds all supporting documents for each day, videos that I would like for you to watch, and the homework assignments. Remember, the 11 personal assessments will be found throughout the content in your handbook. You have your What You Need to Lead book. If you do not have it, you do not have to purchase it. I have it embedded into the content. But if you would like to have it as a resource, it is a wonderful book because it looks at our leadership, which made me fall in love with it from the standpoint of our emotional intelligence and our legal standing. I mean, that doesn't even sound right. Emotional intelligence and legal standing, but we'll get into that and talk about how the two can become one within us as leaders, because it has to. We have to manage ourselves, and our own self-awareness is the key to this being a successful administrator in your program. So look over the content, have fun with it, watch the videos, laugh at me, laugh with me, let's laugh together, and be ready to tell me your philosophy on education, what you do best within the organization or in this field. Why on earth did you even choose this field? I have heard I've had over 700 participants in my 40-hour director's training. So I've heard all the excuses. I've heard a lot of reasons why people are in this business. Go ahead and shock me. Tell me something new. Be that point one for me. So I look forward to seeing you when our scheduled training time. Make sure you go if you cannot access the Google Classroom. And if, oh, I forgot to tell you the most important thing, register. So if you are receiving the email, the class is already up in the Georgia PDS. So go ahead, and if you're having trouble with that, I can log you into that too. I can add you as a guest if you do not have a PDS number. And if you don't, then go ahead and get one. So be prepared, be excited. It's a long week, I know. I know you were voluntold, or if you decided to choose us as, and that would be wonderful as well. So please get your rest. We will be together. You wear your mask, or your leaders will have a space so that we can enjoy ourselves and enjoy each other and not have any fears. We'll talk about the pandemic a little bit while we are, and I'll show you the handbook that I created for that. And so let's just be ready, and I'm excited. And remember, I'm Miss Regina, and we are the Early Childhood Education Directors Network, and I will see you soon.